Young Ailey Readers. Uncle Jack and the Bakonzi Tree. Jane Cadwallader. Copyright Ailey 2009. There's a picture of my friend King Kambogo and Nyungwe Forest. Let's go and listen to him, said Uncle Jack. Thursday. Save Nyungwe Forest. Friday the 24th of April. Friday. King Kambogo told the people about Nyungwe Forest and the animals that live there. Then he told them about some bad men who wanted to cut down the forest to grow tea. Most of the people said, "We must help the forest." But there were two bad men listening to King Kambogo. One of them said, "We must stop King Kambogo." The other said, "Let's give him a stomachache with this medicine. Then he can't tell people about Nyungwe Forest, and we can cut down the forest to grow tea." The next week, Uncle Jack got a letter. It was from King Kambogo. "I must go and see King Kambogo in hospital," said Uncle Jack. Dear Uncle Jack, I'm in St. John's Hospital. I have a terrible stomachache. Please come and see me. Your friend, King Kambogo. That afternoon, Uncle Jack went to visit King Kambogo. King Kambogo wasn't well. "Oh, I feel terrible," he said. "Some people from the television are coming to talk to me about Nyungwe Forest, but I can't talk to them. I'm too weak." The bad men were behind the curtain. "Ha ha!" they thought. "Our plan is working." "I want you to go to Nyungwe Forest and bring me some bark from the Umisurira Bakonzi tree. I need this to get well," said King Kambogo. Uncle Jack listened. The two bad men listened too. "We must find this tree before Uncle Jack," the bad men said very quietly, "and stop Uncle Jack bringing the bark to King Kambogo." Uncle Jack put a map, some cheese sandwiches, a pineapple and some tea into a basket. Of course, the children wanted to go with him. Grumpy the dog didn't want to go, but he had to help Uncle Jack with the children. Uncle Jack said, "We are going to Africa. We must look for an Umusurira Bakonzi tree." "A what?" asked Daisy. "Let's just call it a Bakonzi tree," said May. "Okay," said Uncle Jack, laughing. "We can find the Bakonzi tree in Nyungwe Forest, and Nyungwe Forest is in Rwanda, and Rwanda is in Africa," said Uncle Jack. "Oh," said Jim, "it's a chimpanzee." "And baby chimpanzees," said May. "Aren't they beautiful?" said Grumpy. His idea was that only birds lived in trees. "What were these chimpanzees doing in the tree? Silly chimpanzees," thought Grumpy. "Come on, let's go," said Uncle Jack. They saw a woman. "Hello," said Daisy. "What's your name?" "My name is Winnie." "Where are you going?" asked the woman. "We are looking for an Umusurira Bakonzi tree. King Kambogo is not well, and he needs some bark from this tree. Can you help us?" asked Uncle Jack. "Of course," said Winnie. "Come with me." The children had a good time in the forest. Daisy and May jumped from tree to tree, with Grumpy trying to stop them. Jim took photos of the spiders and snakes and ants and monkeys.
In the deep green forest, what can you see? Ants and snakes and spiders and monkeys up a tree. In the deep green forest, what can you do? Take photos, climb up, and swing from trees too. In the deep green forest, what can you see? Ants and snakes and spiders and monkeys up a tree. In the deep green forest, what can you do? Take photos, climb up, and swing from trees too.
After 2 days walking in the forest, Winnie suddenly pointed to a tree. "There it is," she said. But there were 2 men near the tree. It was the 2 bad men. They had a big saw. "Oh no," said Jim. "Those men are going to cut down our Bakonzi tree." Jim started to run, but Uncle Jack said, "Stop and watch." Uncle Jack was smiling. Winnie was smiling too. The men started to cut down the tree, but suddenly they stopped. "Ugh! What's that terrible smell?" "Was it you?" asked one man. "No, it wasn't me," said the other man. "It must be you." "Oh no! It's the tree! Run!" The men ran down the road. Winnie laughed. "Umusurira Bakonzi means the smelly tree, because it smells very bad when it is cut." The children laughed too. Uncle Jack cut a little bark very carefully from the tree. Uncle Jack, Winnie and the children went back to the tree with the balloon. They were tired, and Grumpy was very grumpy. He didn't want Daisy and May to look at the flowers or talk to the animals. Winnie watched Grumpy. "There's the tree with the chimpanzees," said Daisy. "Hello, chimps," said May. "And there's our balloon," said Jim. Suddenly, the 2 bad men jumped out from behind a tree. "Give me the bark. You mustn't give it to King Cambogo," said one of the men. Uncle Jack put the bark behind his back. The chimpanzees threw fruit at one of the men. Winnie put her water jug on the head of the other man. "Hurry! Go up the tree quickly!" shouted Uncle Jack to the children. "Oh, ouch! Uncle Jack went up the tree with Grumpy. Winnie gave Grumpy a leaf. "Goodbye, Winnie. Thank you very much," said Uncle Jack. May and Daisy gave the baby chimpanzees a hug.
Thank you,
they said.
"Goodbye!"
shouted everyone. "Goodbye, Winnie! Goodbye, chimpanzees!" And off went Uncle Jack's balloon. The bad men were very angry. They jumped up and down. Uncle Jack and the children went to see King Cambogo. Grumpy went too. King Cambogo was very happy. He put the bark of the Bakonzi tree in some water and drank a lot. Now he felt better. Now he could talk on the television and save Nyungwe's forest. Thank you very much, said King Cambogo. One question, said Uncle Jack. Winnie gave this leaf to Grumpy. What is it for? King Cambogo looked at the leaf and started to smile. That is for headaches, and to stop you being grumpy.